Okay, guys. Basically what we're doing, of course, is we're following the various parts in the text, right? And we've kind of finished part 1, although we're going to be dealing a little bit with it. We're pretty much into part 2, which is where the guts of the Hollywood cure lies, as you know. Part 3, of course, is mindfulness meditation. We kind of went into that, and it's one of the ways to go into no mind. So I'm going to be talking about that a little bit here. The various ways to enter no mind. And as we mentioned on a few occasions, there may be some ways of going into no mind that are easier for you than others. I think that's probably fair. Some of us are more comfortable with some ways. Those of us that aren't maybe well informed might do it by drinking a case of beer, right? Or anything else, right? Because people, if they don't know how to go into no mind, they'll find other ways. They'll get on drugs, right? Or they'll, get inebriated or whatever that is. Because you have to go into no mind on occasion to keep your sanity. And if you can't do it by learning how to do it, you'll find other ways. And unfortunately, some of those other ways can be harmful, right? But we know that. We know that people will do things to escape from the thoughts that they're having. Because the thoughts are so painful, right? It could be some emotional scar that you picked up when you were 2 years old. We don't know, do we? And I talked about that the other day. Where did my personal emotional scars come from? I don't remember. But they manifested. They manifested. I knew something was causing me to manifest some anger, some frustration in my 30s and 40s. It just happened. And I was aware of the manifestation. I wasn't aware why I had that inside me. And then once I was aware that I had this inside me, I still couldn't remember how it got there. Pretty much a mess, eh? Because if I hadn't found a way to get out of that state, then I would have kept on being angry. And I would have kept affecting, my family and my friends, et cetera, et cetera. And what a way to go through life. But most of us go through life like that, unfortunately. So what I wanted to do is just kind of go over the high points of what we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks, because I think they're central to what we're trying to figure out here. And we're going to keep on, getting that deeper and deeper and deeper into your psyche so that you'll have the tools. When you finish this course, you'll have some tools. You've got the book, you can read the book, right? You can refer back to it as many times as you want. But of course, it's written text, and written text only says so much. And what I'm trying to do is fill in between the lines, okay? So that you don't have to, oh my goodness, I better go to, chapter whatever and read paragraph whatever and try and figure that out. I just want you to have it. I want you to have the understanding. And then if you want to have some fun and read the text, of course, that's fine as well, because it's always good to go back and refresh what you've done. Well, if we look at the state of affairs in each of our lives, we know what's going on, and some of it's not too pretty. And of course, what we're most affected by is what goes on in our own mind, in our own life. That's where it starts. That's what we experience the most, right? Is what is happening to us. And then we can see, well, what's happening to some people around us? What are some of our friends and colleagues? What are they going through? And that's sort of the next thing that you see. And then maybe a little bit further out, you see what's happening in your community, in your country, and globally.